What is your best met the high school bitch bully as an adult story? I go into my mechanic to change my brakes. The usual milfy cashier offers me coffee. I make small talk, been going there forever. They're an honest car repair shop. Believe it or not. Then I notice the guy hunched over a Honda. I call out. He turns. Squints his eyes. Goes, "Hi Ugafan." Dart. I call him out on his behavior. He tells me he's straightened up after mouthing off to the wrong person nearly cost him his life. He showed me a shank wound 3 centimeters under his heart. He's apparently happily finishing a course in auto repair and had just been hired at the garage. He turns out to be a nice guy. Having sorted out his issues, I routinely bring him donuts when I bring the car in and he gets me rebates because dude, I brought donuts. The image of someone confusedly saying hi Ugafan is too good. Edit. Well, I think this is my highest rated comment now. All about another guy's username. Cool. Tell us more about the milfy cashier. Does she like your donuts? School bully from elementary is now an MMA fighter. So, you're welcome for the practice, I guess. Former bully now currently trims my hedges. Brings a smile to my face every time I think about it. Edit. Yes, this was a Back to the Future joke. Not serious. Ah. Biff. This is kind of applicable, I guess. I got beat up after school for a while when I was about 14. The girl who started it got other people to join and had known me my whole life. And had heard a rumor or just decided she didn't like my face or something. She'd yell different things, so I don't really know or understand why she did it. 5 or 6 years later, I'm on the phone with my dad and he says, "Do you remember that girl you went to school with? Julie last name?" I never told my parents she used to beat me up, so I was a little confused why he'd bring her up. She pulled out in front of a semi-truck and got killed. Just thought you'd want to know. Weirdest feeling. I don't really feel like a huge sense of justice has been served or anything. But I guess I'm just really relieved that there's no chance she'll come flying out of nowhere and start attacking me. They're all fat and bald. Granted, I'm also fat. But I've always been fat, so it's a moot point. But I have a wonderful head of hair and they don't. Nanny nanny boo boo. A bit OT. But don't we call girls bullies too? Edit. I ran into the bully from my high school at lunch at a Coney Island once. He had gained about 40 pounds and was apparently a 28-year-old who still thought it was cool to wear a hat crooked. The best part, he didn't have enough money to pay for his own hot dog and had to borrow it from his friend. I had a huge crush on the guy in HS who was a dick to everyone. He was a bully but definitely the most popular kid in our grade. He could make you feel like the most special person in the world or like complete tea. Fast forward 5 years after graduation. He just left a very prestigious university, has a beautiful girlfriend, and is starting a new job soon. However, I am also doing very well. Married. Great job. Graduate after this semester. And definitely making more money than him. Boring end. But at least I don't feel like the piece of trash he always made me feel like anymore. I grew up in Northern California. And every summer a bunch of people take to the water and go tubing down the Sacramento River. A popular stopping place mid-end of the route is Beacon Beach. It was here that I ran into this guy that was terrible in high school as I was docking my tube. Me. Hey I him. In a clear O. I was awful to you. I should feign niceness tone. Hey. How's it going? Me. Through gritted teeth. Awesome him. Pause. You f***ing hate me. Don't you? Me. Surprised at his astute observation. Yeah. I really do. Him. What would make you feel better and us to be cool? Me. If you let me shoot you in the face with this super soaker. Him. Okay. Me. Really? Him. And then we'll be cool? Me. Yeah. We'll totally be cool. Dot. And then he let me. He let me shoot him in the face with a super soaker in a constant stream until it ran out of water. It felt amazing. He knew he deserved it. He took his punishment. We both laughed and hugged. Worth it. Consenting to near waterboarding. A real bro. Saw my bully who tormented me until I attempted suicide on the side of the street begging for money. I was bullied pretty heavily in primary school. A few of them have friended me on Facebook. They're all working and have families of their own and have grown up. As have I. I can't really stay angry with someone for stuff they did age 10. Met a kid that was an absolute brute in high school. Thought he was tough shitty. I think I only went face to face with him once over some dumb shitty about him threatening a friend of mine. No real fight ever came from it, but he was definitely an enemy. Met him randomly in an airport halfway across the country maybe 4 years after high school. He was the nicest guy. The Marines beat the stupid right out of him. I was playing poker in Atlantic City about 7 years ago and one of the guys that bullied me, Chad, sat at my table. There's no way he recognized me. I was actually playing on a no limit hold'em table while waiting for a seat to open in a two-way high-low game. Anyway, I stayed at the NLHE table just to take his money. I played probably 95% of the pot he was in. He was pretty drunk and wasn't very good. I got close to $600 off of him in a little over an hour before he decided to quit. I have no idea what he does for a living. But I am 100% sure he is a big loser when he plays cards. Fkin Chad. He was destined to be a douchebag from the name his parents gave him. Bullied me in middle school. Now in college and creates those modern artsy clothing for a celebrity or two. Oh cute, oh cute, oh cute, oh cute. I guess I'm happy for him. He worked hard for it. Edit. It's not sold in stores. Or at Hardy. Or anything of that stuff. Well, this one bummed me out a bit. I had a grade 11 history teacher who picked on me. Insulted me in front of the class and gave me shitty grades. He told me he would never send his own children to public school with such morons. Fast forward 5 years or so. I'm almost finished my first degree and have made all A's in university so far. Shitty teacher comes into the physiotherapy clinic I'm working at. My co-worker deals with him and I tell her the story. And he comes back to book his next up. My co-worker started talking about me as if she didn't know he had been my teacher. Bragged about how she loved mentoring students who are doing so well in school and how successful I had been at work so far. He never returned for his second apt. My math teacher in grade 11 told me to never take math again. It is not my thing. If I take math in grade 12 I will fail. He was right. Edit. I forgot to mention that he told me this in front of the class. After I gave the wrong answer to a question he asked me. I'm a gay dude. Got bullied a lot. Went home last December and met one of my bullies on Grindr. Punished him hard. I had an evil 5th grade teacher who made my life terrible for a year. She even instigated a pick on Stup's day. I saw her at the bar where my friend worked. The day before this we had invented a shot that tastes like urinal cake smell. Captain Morgan's Lime Bite mixed with Miller High Life. I brought my old teacher and her friends around from across the bar. I made eye contact and raised my shot of wild turkey. They gave me a curious look but took the urinal cake shot nonetheless. My old teacher proceeded to throw up on the bar and get 86 ed from one of the only bars in town. FCKUMRS. Freeman. My sister has since become really good friends with her childhood tormentors. The sad part, to me, is that the reason she was able to patch things up was that she was a very late bloomer and ended up the kind of popular person they wanted to be friends with. I guess she kind of sold out and became friends with them. How on earth the topic never comes up amongst them? I do not know. Maybe it's a long-term plan to enact revenge. Gain trust. Destroy them. Preferably by dumping pig's blood on their heads at a formal event of some kind. For those that feel too happy, I'm doing worse than all of my bullies. Just a generic high school reunion story. The 2-3 most athletic kids had gained weight and gotten some chick pregnant. I think one was still with the mother, who had gained even more weight, and one paid child support. The hot girl that every guy wanted to bang had gotten married and had 3 kids. Was still smoking hot. But had gotten super religious to the point that it was creepy. I lucked out and didn't really garner any enemies while in middle school and high school, mostly because I was the poor kid at a snobby private school in Nashville, TN, until I moved in 9th grade and nobody would talk to me. Haha. There was this one really obnoxious boy in one of my classes in 7th grade though. Treated everyone like handmaids, but the parents had money so nothing was ever really done about it. Ran across his Facebook page the other day. His parents just bought him his second Lamborghini because he wrecked the first one. Asterisk. I try not to hold animosity towards anyone. But I hope somebody keys that car. In grade 10. My locker was next to that of one of the most popular guys in school. I was not so popular. When both at our lockers. He would regularly whisper close to my face that I was a stupid SLT and that he was going to pay me. Fast forward 4 years at a party. He shows up. Out of morbid curiosity. I speak to him. He started hitting on me. Obviously not recognizing who I was. I laughed and said loud enough for everyone around us to hear, "I'm not going to FCK you. Especially after you threatened to pay me almost every day of grade 10. Full stop." He was horrified. I smiled and walked away.